what's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new live episode of the Hot Mic on this Monday afternoon here on the West Coast. I am John Rocha, joined as always by the Snyder himself, repping the merch, Jeff Sneider.
Hello, Johnny boy.
Ooh, that's a little low key, motherfucker.
That's a Monday one.
Okay, that's a Monday.
You got to work your way up to it on Thursday.
That's what she said. This is just foreplay right now. But yeah, we are back here on the Hot Mic stage here to talk about all things going on in the entertainment. We're only going to be here for an hour because both of us have screenings we need to get to. Jeff's going to see. Can you say what you're going to go see?
Say what you want to say. Say what you need to say. I don't know. I'm seeing that Bradley Cooper movie.
That's right, the stand-up comedy one. And I am seeing After the Hunt tonight, so we'll see if it's good or not. So we are here definitely to have a little fun and talk about stuff. But Jeff, reminder to everybody, the Streamlabs Superchats are open. Send in your love. We're going to answer questions at the end of the show, but send them in now if you want to guarantee to get answered by us here at the end. We're going to talk about a lot of topics. We're going to speed through a lot of them as we go along. So let's not waste any time. Let's jump into it, man. There was a report from all places at Cosmic Book News here from Matt Bagloin that has ironically not been picked up by hardly anybody else. But he claimed in this report that James Gunn will be out of the head as the head of DCU when WB is sold. He is told by his quote unquote sources that if David Ellison of Skydance Paramount buys Warner Brothers, DeLuca will be in charge of DC and do a complete restart of the DC brand itself. And Jeff, it goes on to say more things about how people were upset about James Gunn's thing, how he's interfered with some of the scripts, and that apparently because of Ellison's politics being more Trump friendly, that he would want to move James Gunn out of there. And then supposedly James Gunn is doing all these projects, getting them all going now so that he can do his version of DC before he gets kicked out. Your thoughts on this, Jeff? Is there any truth to anything that Matt is saying here in Cosmic Book News, or is this all just a bunch of hooey for clicks, likes, and engagement?
Well, I'm not the spokesperson for DC Studios, but this seems like some BS to me.
Okay. Tell me why.
I just like what he's like, we're gonna start all over. They just started all over. Like, what? They're gonna start all over again? I don't think that's gonna go well. I think James Gunn probably, as I said, when he was hired, is probably a best case scenario.
Okay.
For the DCU. I don't know who they're thinking of bringing in, like who's looking after Star Trek for David Ellison right now? Is it Simon Kinberg?
Yeah, Kinberg, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So is that what we want? Simon Kinberg to come in and do DC? No. I think, James and I have had our differences, but I would never advocate for Warner Brothers firing him. I don't think that Cosmic Big News has any real sourcing or insight into this situation, as evidenced by the fact that they think Paramount's going to buy Warner Brothers, which is not happening. It's never going to happen. Not happening. All this stuff is noise. Just like I've been right about everything. Yeah. Just like Jimmy Kimmel's suspension is noise. just like all this stuff. It's all fucking gobbledygook. It's noise. It's because the trades have to say something. There's no, you just take it from me. Warner Brothers and Paramount, not happening. Dead. Put that in the headline. Dead.
Wow. Do you buy what Matt said about DeLuca? Apparently, maybe would have been moved into this place, and that he was advocating for the return of the Snyderverse before Gunn was given the job there at DC. Do you think there's any truth to that?
Well,
like, had you heard that in the wind?
No, I haven't heard anything like that. I don't think Mike DeLuca wants to spend his career making comic book movies as the head of DC. Like, what?
Yeah. Okay.
No,
all right.
It's just all a no.
Yeah. So there's not, just because the Peacemaker season 2 finale was, of course, not that well received overall, and so maybe people are now kind of pulling out their knives to go after James Gunn, and this seems like a bit of a laughable.
Nobody cares, because I got to tell you, a fraction of the people who go to see the Batman are watching Peacemaker season 2.
Well, that's fair. I would agree with that.
It's like, I don't care how it went over. It didn't matter. It was completely irrelevant because that is a very, very, very tiny viewership.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you there. It is a tiny viewership. Well, let's go further into this situation. Now, you're talking about Paramount And WB, you're saying it's never going to happen. Yet I'm reading in Bloomberg and I'm reading in the Wall Street Journal and I'm reading in the Hollywood Reporter that this is just an opening bid and that there are moves being made here. They might come back with more money. Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
These companies have to report on facts. Okay. So if someone makes an offer, they have to report on the offer.
Right.
This could actually potentially happen.
Right.
But if you gave the same reporters a column about the likelihood of this happening, almost to a T, they would all admit there's no fucking chance it's going to happen. But I have to report on it because that's my fucking job and that's what my editor's telling me to do. Right.
So tell me why you think there's no chance that would happen. Tell me why you think that there's no way that this will happen. Like, why are you so sure?
Because that is how a talking head has to present themselves in the year 2025. They're going to come on here and say, well, maybe this and maybe that. They don't give me a fucking show called The Hot Mic to say maybe, okay?
All right.
I looked into the crystal ball. Yeah. I've talked to how many people, and it's just like everyone just thinks that this is like a total joke.
Oh, wow.
This is like David doing the other David a solid, but like I said, inflating the stock price.
Right. So you think this is, as I said earlier on the Christian Harloff show, like this feels like billionaires talking to billionaires, and the normies won't understand it because they are
happy to line up and take dictation.
Yeah, they're worrying about, like, the billionaires are just kind of like, well, how can we fuck around and help you out? Jack up the price by coming in at 20. You say it's not enough. We know Netflix is looking, and then you kind of make it a much more attractive property. Because I mean, right now, dude, they've got DC in motion. They're about to put Harry Potter in motion. The last thing you want to do is sell it and then start the fuck all over again with all these properties and these franchises, renegotiating new contracts. There's all kinds of stuff that would have to happen if you did the whole merger. Plus, we've seen, Jeff, legacy mergers don't always work out, and kind of crash and burn more often than not.
Exactly, John. Nothing about this makes sense, okay? This is just the trades deadline really stirring the pot, right? Because when you see a headline that says Paramount might buy Warner Brothers, what are you going to do with that headline? You can do two things. What are you going to do?
Not publish it or publish it.
No. You're not the publisher. You're the reader. You see it online.
Oh, I'm going to read it.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. You either read it or you ignore it. Those are the two choices. You're going to read it. Yeah. And that's why they publish it. Not because it's actually happening.
All right. But do you think that they're going to, well, okay. So let's say this. So if it's not happening with Paramount, do you think they're going to split it? Do you think they'll wait for WB to split it and then there'll be bids that come in? Or do you think it will be the whole kit and caboodle if they do come in? Because, I mean, it's no secret that Zaslav does want to sell it at some point. One line to unload it at some point.
That is why David Zaslav was hired on day one. Yeah. It wasn't David Zaslav has a vision for the future.
Yeah.
The vision is just clearing detritus and lowering the debt to make the company more palatable for a sale. Right. So yes, I think that Warner Brothers has absolutely been a sale target since the day it sold. Okay. Right. But do I think that David Ellison's going to come in? No.
Okay.
No.
I mean, Ellison was talking about it over the weekend at that conference he was at. That it's something.
Was he?
Yes.
Was he? I thought he said literally nothing.
He essentially was quoting Zaslav to himself by saying, it's that it's ironically Zaslav is the one who kind of put that out there, that when you bring these companies together, it's good to get legacy media coming together and to make more content, not less, when they merge. So that's essentially what he was indicating here.
I mean, I did see the actual quotes, and I thought they were non-quotes, where he's like, I can't even discuss this. But I have 0% faith in this happening.
He said, here's what he says. I think, ironically, it was WBD CEO David Zaslav who said last year, this is David Ellison saying this, who said last year that consolidation in the media business is important. The way we approach everything is first and foremost what's good for the talent community, what's good for shareholders, value creation, what's good for basically storytelling at large. From our standpoint, whether we approach any acquisition, I actually do think there are a lot of options out there in terms of what might be actionable in the near future. We would approach it through the lens of wanting to make more, not less. You need more content to yield more engagement. So, yeah, I guess he's dancing around it without addressing it directly.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah. But he's saying if he did do it, he's trying to calm the fears that there would be less content being out there from one merger and try to say there'd be more content coming out there. Now, I don't know what the number
That's what he's supposed to say.
Right. I don't know what the number of content is coming from like Fox and Disney after the Disney Fox merger. Because, Alien stuff is Fox in essence.
There's been almost no content except for those big brands, except for we're going to do Alien shit. We're going to do Predator shit. We're going to do X-Men soon.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. And I guess Deadpool and Wolverine, kinda. Yeah. All right. So you think it's not going to happen? Everyone's been talking about it, and you think there's no way this happens?
No,
Paramount
this is just chattering and chatterbots just talking to each other. Yada yada yada, just like Jimmy Kimmel, and like anyone who's gonna sit here and deny that, and like I don't know what you want me to say. Like you're operating in a different reality.
Okay, all right, fair point. All right, well, let's move on to this. Let's talk about the box office, Jeff. What are your thoughts on this weekend? Tron Ares kind of came and did not do that much damage, and now it's pretty much a soft opening in a $35 million range is what it ended up being. And THR reported that it actually cost $200 million to make this movie. So a hell of a crash and burn to a degree for this Tron Ares, even though it's got some positive audience scores and positive numbers on that side of things. This one underperforming at the box office. So what happens now, bro?
What happens now is what was happening before and why this movie was greenlit in the first place. There's a ride opening. This movie is not a movie, but in fact a commercial for a ride.
Wow.
Okay. It is some new light cycle ride. It's probably come to Orlando or whatever the fuck. But that's the whole reason this movie got made. Yes, it's going to lose money for them.
Yeah.
But like I said, that money will be seen as an advertisement to keep the franchise alive and keep people coming to the park for that new ride. Yeah, Jared Leto, obviously a huge casting miscalculation. Not a surprise that they have it. They basically have it in the can. They're like, shit, how are we gonna get anybody to come see this movie? Let's just slap a 9 Inch Nails score on it and market it as like a new Nin album.
It was a good score.
People are saying the ride is already open. Well, fair enough. That is why the fucking movie was greenlit.
Yeah.
It couldn't have opened that long ago.
No,
it had to open in the last 6 months when they started playing the trailer.
Yeah, I mean, this is quite a lot of people that were in this too. Jared Leto and Greta Lee, Jodie Turner-Smith, Evan Peters, Gillian Anderson.
Paycheck.
Yeah, man. Especially Gillian. I don't know if you saw it. Did you see it? Did you end up seeing it?
No?
Not your jam. Yeah, I mean, I thought Jared Leto was the best part of the movie. I thought he delivered a damn good performance, but I agree with you. People are just turned off by Jared Leto, man. They're not going to go in the numbers to see him. And I don't recall a time when he ever was necessarily a box office draw, maybe for the smaller independent stuff, but certainly not for the big stuff. Even with his Joker got ridiculed on out the door. So I think I agree with you. There's a bit of a miscalculation. But I don't think the film is as bad as some of these critics have been losing their fucking minds over. Yeah, the story's not as strong. Sure. I certainly understand that, but there's enough here to enjoy, especially if you're a Tron fan. And none of these Tron films have been amazing or blown the doors off the box office with their overall box office results. So this one coming in a bit underneath Tron Legacy, but also a bit imperfect, actually kind of fits with the brand of Tron. That being said, I don't know where you go with this. Like you said, it's for the ride, but do you just now kind of retire this franchise, or do you wait another 10 to 15 years, get some visionary filmmaker to jump on? Kind of like what Dan Trachtenberg has done with Predator and kind of revitalized Tron, because clearly there's enough here to play with.
They're still doing Jeff Bridges shit here, right?
Yeah, he showed up in the film.
Yeah,
for
this
sure.
needs a complete reboot from the top down. And I could actually see it working as a series on Disney Plus.
Oh, yeah, I could see that.
But yeah, I think you're looking at least a 5 to 7 year break on Tron.
Wow. Yeah. It's a shame. It's a shame. I mean, maybe it'll have legs, but I really, really doubt it.
Shame? I mean, who gives a shit?
I love Tron. I love the franchise. Yeah, that's right. I like technology, Jeff. I'm not afraid of it. What about anything else? Were you surprised the Roofman came in a little bit soft, $8 million when it was supposed to go?
Roofman. Oh, fighter of the basement, man. Oh, champion of roofs.
Yes.
Roofman, I mean, listen, tough sell.
You love this guy, Derek Cianfrocco.
I thought it was really good. I thought,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a really good movie. I haven't heard anybody really say anything bad about it. I think if you go see it, you'll like it. They are excellent together, Channing and Kirsten Dunst. They have really good chemistry. You get a lot of movie. I mean, this is 3 different movies in one, in a way, which is, I think why it was such a tough sell and tough to market.
Yeah. It's a shame in the end. Oh well. Anything else stand out to you from the box office? Anything that you wanted to highlight? I mean, Kiss of the Spider Woman didn't even make $1 million, bro. That is rough.
Yeah. Who wanted to see that? I mean,
that's the thing. I had to talk myself into it, and then I didn't even go. I didn't even go.
Yeah, I mean, zero interest in that. Sorry.
What does this tell you about Jennifer Lopez's status now, though, man? That nobody came to see her in a musical, for fuck's sake.
I mean, again,
get me in trouble. Even the gays didn't show up for this one. So what does this tell you?
Hollywood just overvalues celebrity and social media followings and all that. Oh, we're gonna put J-Lo in this, and it's gonna gross 20 million because she has 60 billion followers. Yeah. No, I think it comes down to story.
Yeah,
I mean, I just don't think that Kiss of the Spider, you could get men to show up for The Greatest Showman and some other musicals. I just don't think the men really had any interest in this story in particular.
I mean, it's a $50 million movie.
Right, costs way too much. Why can't people? I mean, it's Bill Condon, so I guess.
But
he has a great track record. But people are making movies for way too much these days.
Yeah. I thought you didn't care about how much budgets were. Now you care? Which is it, man?
I don't personally. I mean, it doesn't affect me. It costs me the same amount.
Right.
I don't know why other people care. I care as an industry reporter. From an industry perspective, yeah, I think it's suicide to make this movie for $50 million because I don't think there's any way that you're making it back. I think it's a terrible financial decision. I don't think that Lionsgate spent $50 million picking it up.
Yeah, no. And it made $840,000 on 1,300 screens with an around average of $646 per theater average. That is horrific. It's backed by Ben Affleck. I mean, not only is your ex-wife now, the film you sponsored for her and produced for her bombed hardcore at the box office, and there'll be no Oscar talk for J-Lo in this, and for anybody, I think, with the way it has crashed so hard. So
again, I just don't think that matters. I think if J-Lo's fantastic in the movie, she could absolutely get an Oscar nomination. No one's going to be like, but it only opened to $1 million. I mean, what did Anora open to last year?
$5 million.
Wow. I don't think that matters.
I don't know.
These are two different conversations.
Yeah, Anora. Well, that's a different. Anora wasn't $50 million, bro, to make that movie. Was it? No, it was made for 6 and it made 58. That's a fucking profit. This was made for 50. I think
they spent like 30 million on Anora's campaign there. So I don't know how much profit there ultimately was, but okay.
Yeah, you're just guessing, but okay. All right. Anyway, so we'll see what happens with that. Because I think I think none of these people in terrible box office with big budgets are going to make money, are going to be nominated. That's just my belief. I know you don't agree, but that's just my belief.
But there's countless examples, John.
No, they're not countless. They're small number of examples of films that were big budget or large budget, and the films underperformed or flopped at the box office, and the person was nominated. There are not that many. There are not that many examples of that. I would gladly do the research on it. Maybe we'll talk about it on Thursday. We can compare notes, but there's not that many. You seem to think there are, but and I'll open it up to the chat who's watching us now. Go do some research. Let us know as we're doing the show. Can you give an example of an actor or actress that was nominated from a film that flopped at the box office? And I'm talking really flopped, and then they still got nominated. There's not that many. It really isn't. All right, so let's move on to another story here. Oh yeah, Jim. Speaking of, listen to this. Jim Caviezel will not be resurrected, for Passion of the Christ 2, Resurrection of the Christ. He is not returning to play Jesus Christo for director director Mel Gibson's forthcoming follow-up here. Lionsgate is set to release the 2-film project theatrically in 2027. Caviezel will not reprise the role, and Monica Bellucci will also not return as Mary Magdalene. So your thoughts on this, Jeff? I mean, he's like 17, 20 years older than the actual Jesus, so they would have had to de-age him. Are you surprised by any of this, that they're announcing this late in the game, so to speak?
I mean, I was a little surprised by the headline, but at the same time, yeah, if Resurrection of the Christ is supposed to be, 3 days after the Passion of the Christ or something, right? Right?
Yeah. 3 days.
Okay. Yeah, then it's tough to have an actor who looks...
Well, you don't know about Jesus? You don't know about Jesus?
I thought it was 3 days.
Yes, 3 days.
That's why I asked you. But yeah, it makes sense that you can't have an actor 20 years older. What's happening?
But he said he was going to work on it. He was on the... Huh? Am I...
I don't know if there was like a lag here.
Oh, sorry about that. He was on the Arroyo Grande podcast, and he said it takes a while to make these things, but it takes the right time, and only God knows that. Oh, Jim. Am I scared? Yes, but if I wasn't, I wouldn't want to work with that actor because you're not ready. And he said he's ready. He said he was ready as early as April of this year. So the fact that he's not coming back, do you think they looked at the budget and were like, we don't want to spend the money to de-age you? Do you think that's what happened?
That is exactly what it is. It has nothing to do with Jim Caviezel or his personal politics or anything like that. And I think it's just like, bro, we're getting squeezed here. I can't drop 20 million to de-age you. We're just going to find some young Roman guy.
Some young Roman guy to play Jesus. So now it becomes, who's going to play Jesus Christ, Jeff? This is kind of an interesting moment. Like if you're a young actor, well, I guess young in your 30s, do you maybe consider this? But like you're walking into a Mel Gibson production and all the drama and baggage of Mel Gibson gets attached to that. Plus, it's going to be an uber religious film. And I liked Passion of the Christ. I'm a Catholic, or former Catholic. I enjoyed Passion of the Christ. I'm looking forward to this movie because I think Gibson can direct the fuck out of movies. I'm excited for it. But do you see any young actors that are up and coming right now that they could turn to that they would be looking to cast as Christ? And do you think they already have someone lined up and that may be the reason why Caviezel's stepping down? Like they've already locked it down.
I did audition and Mel said I was too fat. I have no idea if they have somebody or have somebody in mind or, whatever. I mean, they were just holding an open casting call, so I don't know that they would have somebody in mind. I think it's just, we can kind of find any young, skinny guy with a beard to play this role. I think it'll be somebody we've never heard of or who has been in one foreign language movie.
You think it'll be a nobody? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe it'll be Jared Leto, though. You never know.
Oh, my God. Fuck. I hadn't thought of that. I mean, that could be real possible. I don't know, but that could be really possible. We'll see.
About as possible as Warner Brothers and Paramount getting together.
Fair point. All right, let's see what else I've got here. Oh, yeah, let's talk about this, Jeff. Sigourney Weaver. How about this situation? Sigourney Weaver teases her return to Alien, possibly. She was at New York Comic-Con for a reunion panel. She revealed that longtime friend and filmmaker, the great Walter Hill, well, let's be real, Walter Hill has not been great for a while, has penned 50 pages imagining Ripley's life now, and according to Weaver, it's quite extraordinary. She said, I don't know if it's going to happen, but I've had a meeting with Fox or Disney. I've never felt the need to reprise the role, but I was always like, let her rest, let her recover. What Walter has written seems so true to me, is very much about the society that would incarcerate someone who has tried to help mankind, but she's a problem to them, so she's sort of tucked away. So this sounds like it'd be a much more kind of independent movie approach to Alien. Is this all just kind of fun fodder for people to talk about, or do you think there's a real possibility that Sigourney could be doing like a spin-off Alien movie, so to speak?
I mean, I don't know that I see this happening. I wouldn't mind it if we did, but you would need Ridley's blessing. I mean, it's not like Walter.
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised Walter Hill is sitting at home writing Alien scripts when he doesn't have the rights and hasn't been hired to.
That seems odd,
write an Alien script. Yeah, it is a little weird. So as long as Ridley signed off on the take, maybe Ridley would be like, "Hey, I want to direct this myself." But if Walter Hill thinks he's directing it himself, he's crazy.
No, there's no way Walter Hill's going to do that. They wouldn't let him do it. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I like the idea of her doing it because I think Sigourney can't stay away from the Alien franchise. I think there's every few years something pops up. I think even the what was the one, the Neil Blomkamp one? There was rumors that Sigourney was going to come back and be a part of it, and I think she had said she would be interested. So maybe there's like one more thing she wants to do to kind of wrap it up. And it is like with Eastwood trying to do that final Western before he got too old. It never happened, but he wanted to try to do it. I imagine Sigourney wants to maybe try to get one more Alien movie out before she kind of is done with the franchise overall.
Yeah, I agree. I do think that, I mean, it's one of the greatest characters of all time. So I'm totally down to see her again, paired with the next Ripley or whoever.
And she's never surpassed it. Like, she's done great work in numerous other films. You love her in Galaxy Quest, Working Girl, God knows a number of films she was in, but she never quite got another Ripley. Like with Stallone, he got a Rocky and then he got a Rambo, right? But we never had another Ripley.
If there were a time to revisit her in this franchise, it would be soon, because she will be in Star Wars next year.
That's true.
And I mean, she's never been the beneficiary of anything like as big, like the global marketing campaign that's going to accompany Mandalorian and Grogu.
Do you think they slide her into this new Alien Romulus sequel, the one that Fetty walked away from? Do you think Ridley comes back and really brings Sigourney Weaver back? Not necessarily to lead it, but maybe to have a section of the film?
I have no idea.
Okay. All right. Just speculation. All right, let's move on to this. What about M. Night Shyamalan, man? What are your thoughts on this? M. Night Shyamalan to direct the Magic 8 Ball TV series with Mattel producing. Shyamalan teased the project on Instagram saying that I've been working on this for a couple of years. Who's in? Brad Falchuk has written the screenplay. It's going to be produced by Mattel. Yeah, a Magic 8 Ball series. And doesn't he have a movie coming out next week that there's been little to no promotion for that damn thing? Your thoughts on M. Night Shyamalan and this idea of a Magic 8 Ball series? This
was my M. Night Shyamalan post, guys. I like it.
What?
I mean, yeah. What's not to like?
Sounds like you're like down in the bottom of the dregs of the barrel that you're doing a Magic 8 Ball TV series. You're M. Night fucking Shyamalan. What are you doing a Magic?
It's no different than the Ouija board movie that Mike Flanagan did.
Yeah, that'd be ridiculous too. I didn't like it when Flanagan signed on to do that stupid shit either.
And it's a show, right?
Yeah, it's a show. It's a series.
It doesn't have to be part of his like filmography. This is just a fucking paycheck. This is like it's something to get on the air that they've been trying to develop for ages. I'm sure it actually is not a bad hook, right? Where the 8 Ball says something different every episode, or I mean, you can totally see it.
Okay. This doesn't
Magic 8 Ball. Anything was inevitable.
Yeah, but him.
It's a little bit of an odd fit because he seems too good for it, but with it being a series, he's just something to fucking slap his name on as executive producer, and from executive producer, fucking M. Night Shyamalan, and they cut to some fucking 8 Ball shit, and that's like the extent of his involvement. He says he's been working on it for years. I'm like, how did this take years to crack? But
but also this is Mattel as well, right? Who had just had that hit with Barbie.
Yeah,
so maybe he thinks he's jumping on this train.
M. Night is in his experimental phase again. Like it's another experimental phase, right? He's doing
Remain.
You're right. The thing with Nick Sparks. And you got Nicholas Sparks already out there saying that there's a twist ending. You can't watch a movie knowing that there's a twist the whole time. I mean, I know that with a Shyamalan movie, most people assume that there's going to be a twist.
Yeah.
And Sparks confirming it doesn't help. And plus the fact that they may have different twists. I can just see that not going well.
I didn't watch Wayward Pines. Was Wayward Pines good?
No, I watched like an episode or two of that, and I was out. Like, I didn't. A lot of people did like Servant.
I've heard good things about Servant.
But again, that just wasn't for me. So I don't really care that he's slapping his name on some like cheapo TV series that's aimed at like the Riverdale crowd. It's going to be a bunch of young people, asking, "Should I kiss Billy? What do you think?" Like it's a fucking YA show with a horror tinge. I think it makes sense.
I think you're crazy.
Do people still what what I think that the tough part for me is, do kids still play with Magic 8 balls?
No.
Right.
No.
I mean, that's like a toy that you and I grew up with.
Yes.
I had a Magic 8 ball, but like, I can't imagine like a young kid shaking a fucking Magic 8 ball right now.
I mean,
It'd
what's
be like a digital one.
Yeah, right. And what's next? Jordan Peele is going to do that game with the 4 things. That, like, is that the next movie
Can't
coming?
you see Jordan Peele and it's like this little like metal coil and it's like Slinky. Slinky.
Are you gonna play
Like a human Slinky?
The human Slinky? That would be amazing.
Yeah.
From Jordan Peele. I don't know. 'Cause Mattel, right? They have John M. Chu doing Hot Wheels or developing Hot Wheels, right? Then they've got Polly Pocket, Barney, Bob the Builder. Isn't Io Edeberry involved with Barney? I thought she's the one doing the Barney.
Yeah, she's doing Barney.
Yeah, Thomas and Friends and Uno. So I guess Mattel is like, well, Barbie worked. Fuck it. Let's just put all the things in motion.
That's what you have to do is that when you have a slate, like, listen, we're a toy company. These are our fucking brands. We got to make movies off of them. Yeah, they're ridiculous, but you never know what could happen because look at Barbie.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe it'll be good. I don't know. It seems like low rent for him, but maybe it'll be good. What do I know?
I'm not saying it'll be good. I'm just saying it makes sense from a development point of view. I could see why this is happening and why they would go to him and why he would say yes.
I guess so. Let's move on to this. Get a little bit more somber on the tone here, Jeff. Diane Keaton passed away over the weekend, 79 years old. I will say that I have sources from certain places that are telling me that there's more to come out for this story about what happened. TMZ, what an absolute a-holes, posting the 911 call of hers, which drove me insane. But an incredible actress, Academy Award-winning actress for Annie Hall, The Godfather, Reds, Baby Boom, so many, Father of the Bride, what was the Something's Gotta Give? There's so many great films that she was a part of. Reds, Looking for Mr. Goodbar. What a legacy. And also an activist, an author, and someone who is considered by a lot of women a fashionista for her style and her clothes, Jeff. So your thoughts on Diane Keaton passing away? What's your feelings on this?
Yeah, I'm working on a tribute to her in my next newsletter because the news hit over the weekend. She was one of the greats, and yet the movies that she was considered great for are not the movies that I remember her for.
Oh, okay. What do you remember her for?
Like, I'm not like the hugest Godfather guy. When I think of The Godfather, I don't think of her.
Wow.
Annie Hall, I like Annie Hall.
Yes.
But I'm not like someone who's like putting the poster up in my room. To me, she was the Diane Keaton from Father of the Bride and The Family Stone and The First Wives Club. Those were not in the headlines of her obituary, but those are the like movies that I'll remember her from. And she was kind of just like one of the iconic movie moms in a way.
Yeah.
And she was like both classy and elegant and like always came off like really smart and like, that kind of thing, but also like an every woman.
Yeah.
Right. She wasn't, stunning. I didn't think of her as stunning.
No.
Like she could be anybody. She could be like my friend's mom.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's one of these women that came along in the 70s, right? One of these like women like Jenna Rowlands, Marsha Mason, Diane Keaton, and then there, God, what was her name? She played the mom in Bridesmaids. She played Kristen Wiig's mom in Bridesmaids. I forget that actress's name. She was a big part of the 70s as well. But Diane found a way to like kind of keep reinventing herself every decade and find hits and find movies to be a part of.
Yeah, she had a much bigger career than those.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like she's one of these women that came along at this. There was a slew of women that came along at the same time in the 70s, white women, kind of, normal looking and what have you. But her and like Steenburgen are the ones that were able to keep surviving and keep working and whatever. I mean, Jenna would show up every once in a while and stuff, but it was Diane who kept reinventing herself. Steenburgen, much more of the character actress, but certainly Diane Keaton.
Yeah, she was a movie star, Diane Keaton. She was nominated in 4 different decades, right? 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. She got nominated for Marvin's Room for lead over Meryl Streep.
Right. I remember
how many people can say that?
Yeah.
And she, could handle drama and comedy, right? Yep. She was versatile. Yeah, I think she was unique, and I know you called her like a fashion icon. She was a fashion icon, despite also looking like someone who just like reached into their closet blindly.
Yeah, that was the gift of her. It seemed very natural, yet obviously there was a lot of thought put into it for sure.
Yeah, she was. You could call her like the thinking man sex symbol, right? She wasn't Farrah Fawcett. But yet all the leading men in Hollywood wanted to be paired opposite her, right? Whether it was Warren Beatty or whoever.
By the way, Jill Clayburgh is the actress I was talking about from the 70s. Jill Clayburgh was big in the 70s. Y'all look her up. She had a lot of films in the 70s, and she had a very strong sex appeal as well, but didn't quite keep going and find the success that Diane Keaton did. But yeah, you're absolutely right. The thinking man's sex symbol for sure. And she was a woman who was very clearly in charge of her own career, in charge of her own image, in charge of how she wanted to be presented. And so there's a power and a strength in that. And she seemed to be a person who was open to playing whatever was handed to her. And Carol Kane said a really great thing in a quote and said, like, she was playing the love interest well past where most women play a love interest in Hollywood. And that speaks to her enduring power of her attractiveness, whether you thought she was drop dead gorgeous or not. And so I think that's a positive thing in a lot of ways as well to say about her. But yeah, incredibly talented, and clearly a lot of people. I mean, I was amazed at how many people were really like devastated by her passing over the weekend. How many celebrities,
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Great and Reds. That's right, with Warren Beatty. 100%. All right. Is there anything else? I don't think so. We got to get to the questions, right? Is there anything you want to talk about, Jeff? Any news items you want to bring up? Anything you want to plug or promote?
No, let's do some questions.
All right, let's get to the questions. We'll be out of here in an hour. So James D. Michelle says, hey, John and Jeff, any updates on DCU's Batman? Also, Andy recently just came out stating he's still directing, which I hope is not the case. Love you. Yeah, what was Andy doing with that shit? And let's clarify something right now. I'm not going to judge a fan of the DC universe who had a conversation with Andy Muschietti, and Andy tells him, oh, yeah, I'm still on it. What is he going to say? Hey, stranger that I don't know who's a fan of DC, let me tell you the honest truth of what's going on behind the scenes. Like, deal with some reality. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, these people are not going to tell you the fucking truth about what's going on if there's drama going on behind the scenes. What are your thoughts on this, Joe?
Yeah, again, half the things that make headlines these days are things I would call, well, what are they supposed to say?
Right, exactly.
And also, I watched Welcome to Derry over the weekend, by the way.
Oh, all 5 episodes?
I can't. No, I only watched 3, but I can't talk about it.
I know.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the reaction is.
Mine are sitting, waiting for me to watch them, but I can't wait. Samuel Oalet says, thoughts on anonymity. I'm just going to say it that way. I thought...
Try to get it right. I want to see how long it'll take you.
Anonymity. I can't say it. I thought DDL was great, but what about Sean Bean? He was fantastic. Any awards for both actors or the movie itself? Probably DDL will get nominated, don't you think, Jeff?
No, I think that this is where, and again, I hate when people do like blanket stuff, right? If I say something like, well, wasn't the case for that now, was it? So I think that as good as he is in the movie, the fact that the movie just tanked and like nobody saw it and nobody's talking about it and so small, I do think that he will be ignored.
Which is it? You just said 30 minutes ago that if The Rock's in a shit film or Jennifer Lopez in a film that doesn't do well, they're not going to get nominated. Now DDL's in a film that didn't do well and it's not going to get nominated? What the fuck?
Different things. That's what I'm saying. It's a case-by-case basis.
Utter nonsense.
I don't think that the underperformance of Kiss of the Spider-Woman affects Jennifer Lawrence's chances whatsoever.
Lopez,
yet the flat line of Anemone, it took me a second, Anemone, I think that affects Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh, you're insane. I think it's quite the
opposite. One's the lead, one's a supporting performance.
I think quite the opposite. I think DDL, people look to nominate him. He's like the Meryl Streep of dudes. They look to nominate him. So I don't think it'll matter. But The Rock, I think The Rock might not even get a nomination. Let's put it out there. Wiley Todd says, do you guys believe that an artist doing a soundtrack could sell a movie for people to see in theaters? I think so. Like if Nora Jones did a rom-com soundtrack, I think that would get butts in seats. Not anymore, Wiley. Maybe back
Not
in
Nora Jones. What the fuck?
maybe Taylor Swift could get butts in seats, not Nora Jones.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nine Inch Nails has that diehard fan base and has for 30 years. I don't think Nora Jones is putting any butts in seats.
Yeah.
What a random choice, Wiley.
Well, Wiley's a big music person.
Well, so am I, but
well,
is this what rom-com fans have been dying for? A fucking Nora Jones soundtrack? Really?
yeah. That's from way back. That's like 20 years ago, Nora Jones soundtrack. So yeah, but I do think an artist, I think it's only certain ones. Do you know what I'm saying? Like maybe Sabrina Carpenter now, maybe Chapel Rowan, much to my chagrin, could sell a movie for her with her doing the soundtrack, but it all depends. But look at something like Last Christmas, like that was George Michael, who people love, and people didn't go see that movie. So it just all depends. Bobby Jackson said, in regards to the Punisher, Partner Scoop, and Brand New Day, I think Callie Reese from True Detective would be great. Yeah, for those who missed it this morning, I dropped a little thing I got a few days ago on Spider-Man Brand New Day. I was told by one of my sources that Punisher is going to have a black female sidekick in the movie, but I'm not sure who is going to be. Some people said Misty Knight possibly. I think it's going to be this Alves lady, but he will have a black female sidekick, and I don't know what character that might be yet. And I don't even know if they've cast the person yet. So we'll see.
Well, I don't know if they'd put Callie Reese in because she would be the toughest person in the movie.
Yeah, right. You kind of don't. You're not going to go that route with John.
They
Byrne.
might overshadow her because she's a way bigger badass than Tom Holland.
What about Bernthal? She's better than Bernthal.
She might be. Yeah,
I think she might be. Yeah. Matt Sister McCall says, having a horror movie marathon. I watched Creep, Ginger Snaps, a nice Canadian horror film, House of Wax 2005, and Eyes Without a Face. You seen these movies? Do you like them or not, Jeff?
I like Creep. House of Wax is okay. It's kind of kitschy. Ginger Snaps, I never really got. I never really understood why that was such a big deal.
Catherine Isabel, that's why it was a big deal.
And Eyes Without a Face. I don't know if I've ever seen Eyes Without a Face, but I did see that black and white movie that what was it? Eyes Without. Shit. No, go. You talk. Hold on.
Okay. Well, I haven't seen any of these movies, but I did see the Ginger Snaps. I went on a bit of a marathon because I had a thing for Catherine Isabel back then when the Ginger Snaps films were happening, and I was really surprised to see her pop up in one scene in Tron Ares. She is the woman who asks about Jared Leto's thing near the beginning of the movie, his how he's constructed. So I was so shocked when she popped up. But yeah, I saw the Ginger Snaps are the only ones I've ever seen, and there was like 4 or 5 of those movies. So Ginger Snaps movies. Yeah.
Eyes of My Mother was the movie I was thinking of. Did you ever see that?
No. Wasn't House of Wax the Paris Hilton one? Or is that a different one? Oh,
it's Jean-Michel Sarah.
Oh, was it him really?
Yeah, that was like his first movie, I want to say. Yeah, that had a sense of style. Like, it's not a great movie, but
no, right. Lemmy Ward says, thank God you are back midweek. What are your fan predictions for Scream 7? Jeff, do you have any fan predictions for Scream 7?
Ooh. A lot of people are going to die, and Nev Campbell's going to live. Surprise, motherfuckers! I have no idea. They've really done a good job of keeping that script locked down, and just like there's not been a lot of speculation as to like the killer. I wouldn't mind seeing Nev be the killer, Sydney be the killer herself.
Finally,
I don't feel like they're going in that direction.
She just turns once and for all.
Yeah, got a psychological break. She's stalking herself.
I could see that. Miguel Zayn says, hey, y'all, finally saw one battle after another. Thought it was great. Liked it a lot. That final scene was great. Sean Penn and Benicio for Oscar noms. Not Leo. Jeff and I battle over this already. We've got a bet going. I say Sean Penn to be nominated and to win. Did I say to win as well?
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
And then you said Benicio. You said the field.
I have anyone but Sean Penn plus Benicio has to get nominated.
Yeah. It's the double. I think Leo has a shot.
Right John, tell him at home.
3 beers. 3 beers. 3 total beers.
A few small beers.
A few small beers. Sorry about that. Maybe a flight of beers. Maybe we'll see. A few small beers. You can't handle the beer.
Say the line.
Okay. Miguel Zion says, which scene do y'all think is better? Car scene in One Battle After Another or backwards driving through the zigzag hills in Licorice Pizza? I think it's an underrated film. Oh, no. Miguel Zion, Licorice Pizza is an overrated film. It is a dog shit piece of movie, and it drives me insane how much these fucking intelligentsia critics jack off to that movie. It is a fucking horrible film, man. I don't know how anyone loves that movie. So I will go car scene in One Battle After Another 1,000,000%. Any scene in One Battle After Another. If someone was taking a crap in the crapper in One Battle After Another, that would be a better scene than any scene in Licorice Pizza.
Go to the Skywalker Davis comment real quick.
Okay, where's that at? Never being the killer will cause riot. Oh, Nev being the killer will cause riots.
Can you imagine like finding yourself in the middle of a riot and you're like, oh my God, what's going on? What are you guys rioting about? Nev Campbell's the killer in Scream 7. Ah! All right. What was the I think that the cars in One Battle After Another, as a fan of Licorice Pizza, I can still say that the One Battle After Another scene was better.
Sexual assault is cool as long as it's a woman doing it. Ooh. So fucking stupid. Fredtastic314 says, what are they supposed to say? Sounds like a new segment in the Insnider. Yes, that's actually not a bad idea, Jeff.
I got to start experimenting, Fredtastic.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that one. Albert Glowacki says, graduating from film school, headed to LA. Am I screwed? Better learn AI.
Yeah, you kind of are, man. I mean, this... people came out here and they were assistants, they were production assistants, and like those are the first jobs that AI is kind of replacing. But if you do get a job, Albert, first of all, let me know if I can help. And if you do get a job somewhere, let's have lunch.
Yeah, there you go. That's good. That's very nice of you. Bud. Miguel Zion says, Jeff, I'm 3 drafts in for the script based on my log line that you give a feedback on. How much can I pay for notes and comments from y'all? Thanks.
I still have one guy at the top of the list who already paid, and I still haven't gotten him his notes. I feel terrible about that. But you could be second in line, Miguel, for $150.
Wow.
That's how much it costs for notes. The way I do it is I read the script once. No, I don't write anything down. I just read it, see how it is, and then this next time I go back page by page and offer notes.
There you go.
But I don't do like structured notes. I don't do like this is what I thought of the characters and this is what I thought of the dialogue. I'm going page by page, and you're getting off the cuff, just stream of consciousness.
Oh, off the cuff. I like it. Yeah, don't say anything to me. I don't like to read scripts. I'm not a scripts person. I can barely read the actual scripts that got made. Okay, let's see. We got Streamlabs. Mike Joyce says Anemone is the one. Is the worst
like JTE today.
No, I can't say it. He says it's the worst movie Daniel Day-Lewis has ever been in, right? Daniel Day-Lewis must really love his son who directed the movie. Why else would he attach himself to that crock of shit? I will definitely never see a movie his son directs ever again.
There's definitely no way it's his worst movie of all time.
No. What is Daniel Day-Lewis?
I listened to the Ringer, to the Big Pictures Daniel Day-Lewis podcast, and they brought up some real stinkers. So, no. And Anemone, again, is a gorgeous-looking movie with the best score of the year and a really good performance of Daniel Day-Lewis. It's just that the script has some issues and the pacing. Yeah,
9 is like the worst film he's ever been in. Maybe. Right? 9 is so fucking bad. I like The Unbearable Lightness of Being. My Left Foot is good. Last Mohicans is one of my fucking favorites. It's not in 4K. Age of Innocence. I never saw Age of Innocence. Name of the Father is good. Crucible is kind of meh. Boxer, I think, is underrated in his resume. Gangs in New York is dog shit after the first 15 minutes. Never saw Ballad of Jack and Rose. The Will Be Blood is great. 9 sucks. Lincoln, he's amazing. And the film itself, not that great. Phantom Thread, and I haven't seen that many yet. Jeff, what would you say? Is 9 the worst?
No, it's one of those like shit movies that like you don't even know what it is.
Oh,
like the Ever Smile New Jersey thing, or the stars and bars, or whatever the fuck it is.
Right.
No.
Oh shit. The Bounty. He was in The Bounty. I never saw it.
Yeah, Mel Gibson.
Chris,
what am I wrong about? 100% wrong. What am I wrong about, Chris Goya? Be specific.
I think this Jeff guy is 100% wrong. There you go. Fun and George says, did you guys see that rumored scoop from Daniel RPK about a new Lion King film? What do you both make of that?
Didn't see
why
it.
not? Sure, why not?
I mean, Lion King, pretty big IP. Didn't think they were just going to stop making Lion King movies, did you?
I mean, didn't it make $800-something million the second one, even though it didn't open that strongly?
Right, and that's what we're talking about. Like, it didn't open that strongly, yet we're still talking about 800 million. So that's why they're going to make another one.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's see if we got another one. Oh, we got a couple of these. Samuel says, "Did you see The Woman in Cabin 10? Thoughts?" That's the new Keira Knightley show. I've not seen that. I
did see it.
Okay.
I watched it this weekend. It was not very good.
Oh, fuck. That's a shame. I finally liked her in something when I saw Black Doves, but
it was not a movie worth staying up until midnight to watch, which I did the first night.
She cracked me up today when they asked her about the J.K. Rowling thing, because she's.
I got no idea, mate. What's this controversy about, mate?
I love how she's like, "What? People are protesting J.K. Rowling? I've never heard of such a thing. What the fuck, man? It's so stupid. Who are you lying to, Keira? All that teeth, and you still tell lies? Jesus." Samo says, "Thoughts on the author Bret Easton Ellis saying that critics only love one battle after for its leftist politics?" Well, we talked about that last week, so I think he's way off base.
I think he's 100% correct, and not only that, but people who saw that segment who work in Hollywood as producers, also DM'd me and were like, "He was 100% spot on, and I'm taking this to my financiers to show them that we need to be making movies for the rest of the part of the country that Hollywood has forgotten."
Or maybe you make them for less money, and it would still be good. Samuel says, "Thoughts on Predator Badlands being slated to be rated PG-13, and will this help or hurt on the box office?" Well, I don't know how many people go to a Predator movie for R-rated gore and violence, right? I mean, it's more about can they overcome what they're confronted with? So
again, makes no difference whatsoever.
Yeah.
It will help the box office because R means restricted. Okay.
Right.
And it's not R because the blood and gore in the movie is not human. That is the difference.
That's true. Think about that. That's a great point you bring up there, Jeff. All right. And John Verbarsa says, "Hey guys, I think Mr. Robot was a great show, and in the first season, it got a lot of nominations and won Best Actor and Best Drama Series. But in the following season, it didn't get nominated for much, even though it never dipped. Do you know why that is?"
There was a conspiracy actually at the time against Rami Malek. They thought he'd won too many awards after his No, I have no idea why it didn't win again. I didn't watch the show.
Yeah, I never saw it either, and
seemed annoying.
I had no idea. Mr. Real Shane, which film is your favorite Diane Keaton movie? Probably Annie Hall.
The First Wives Club.
Fiona George. Also,
I'm so cultured. It's Annie Hall or The Godfather for me.
Well, no, I mean Annie Hall.
First Wives Club, bro. Classic.
Listen, you were 10 years old when that came out. I was not. And I was not going to watch that shit. Fiona George is also a potential fan cast of Mother Gothel for Tangled Remake and Hathaway, maybe because I know you brought it up on your last live show, John. No, there's no potential fan cast. Scarlett Johansson is who is being eyed to play the role. So there is no fan casting. It's irrelevant because it is going to be Scarlett. So, yeah. Jeff, anything you want to add to that?
Nope. I could give two shits about the Tangled movie. I don't know who Mother Gothel is.
There you go. All right. I think that's everything. I think that's all the questions and the stories we had for today. Thank you all so much. Jeff, where can they find you and subscribe to your newsletter, buddy?
theinsnyder.com. And I think we're going to have to get a little creative this week.
What does that mean?
I can't tell you.
Okay.
It's reveal all my secrets, but I'll tell you, there are some new Oscar predictions coming because now I've seen a whole bunch more movies. Tonight, that Bradley Cooper movie. Tomorrow morning, I'm seeing It Was Just an Accident.
Which one's that one? Who's in that one?
No, not always someone's in them. I don't know who's in them. It's
I'm
from
sure there's
Jafar
an in them.
Panahi, the Iranian director,
who
risked life and limb to make this movie.
Right on.
I think it looks good, so we'll see.
Okay. Jeff, I just got invited to the Critics' Choice Documentary Awards Gala, but it's in New York.
Tell them that if they pay for your ticket, you'll go.
I wonder if that would work.
And you'll also need first class accommodations.
Oh, hey, what should I ask you? Where the fuck is that? Damn it. I can't have the controller in front of me. I don't have the controller in front of me. I was going to ask you about because I've gotten some new films on there. Do I, East of Wall, should I bother with that one?
Didn't bother myself.
What about Lily? Did you see Lily? Or have you heard about Lily?
I have heard of it. Is that with Patricia Clarkson?
Yeah, the one with Patricia Clarkson.
I've heard, well, she's always good. You should see Lily, sure.
Okay.
I didn't see it.
I'm going to watch Penguin Lessons is on there now as well, so I'll give Steve Coogan a shot.
Yeah.
All right. As for me, you can follow me at The Rocha Says on all social media. Please subscribe to the channel down below. We're so close to 40,000. Subscribe down below. Hit that bell button. Leave your comments on everything we talked about. And don't forget, Jeff and I, our podcast is its own feed. The Hot Mic. Go look it up. Subscribe to it. The more numbers we get on there, we can actually make some money off that thing. It would be nice. So please go and subscribe to the Hot Mic podcast. Anything else, Jeff, or shall we get out of here?
Dude, we're going to be back in 3 days, okay? Count the hours. 72 hours from now, we're going to be on the air Thursday. Well, everybody relax.
Yeah.
We're going in.
We're good. We're good. All right. Take care of yourselves. Be well. We'll talk to you next time with another brand new episode here of the Hot Mic. Peace.